Hi, I'm Olivia from Wilkinson Cameras, and today we've got another new Sony G lens, the FE 16-25 F2.8 G lens, which launches at 1250. But before we jump into the specifications, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel for regular camera and lens reviews. Now back to the lens. It's a full frame wide angle zoom, so if you travel, take photos of landscapes, interiors and even astro, this lens is for you. It is pretty wide at the 16mm end, but having that 25mm end makes it a little more versatile, and the f2.8 aperture and compact lightweight design will mean this is of interest to quite a lot of creators, whether photographers, videographers or even vloggers. Yes, this lens has already been released and we are a few days late for the launch, but we've only just managed to get our hands on it. So anyway, Kaine and I went to Manchester yesterday to the Northern Quarter and to Ancoats to get a variety of street, urban and architectural shots to see what this lens can do. And wow, was I impressed. I mean, for a wide angle zoom lens, it's not really my lens. Like, I love a 24-70 and a 70-200, but I really enjoyed it yesterday. It was really nice to use. So Sony released the FE 24-50mm f2.8 G lens only last month. This lens makes an ideal partner to that lens thanks to its almost identical size and weight, but many people were confused as to why the 24-50mm exists. It looks like Sony are trying to fill some gaps in their lens lineup and make smaller and more affordable lenses than some of the G Master alternatives. And of course, Sigma and Tamron both have similar lenses at this focal range, and makes sense that Sony want to ensure you're buying a Sony lens and not a third-party equivalent. See, the thing is, there are other lenses to consider which feature more versatility than this 16-25mm. You've got the two Sony 16-35mm options, one of which is f4 with a power zoom, or the other is a G Master f2.8, or third-party choices at the Tamron 17-28mm f2.8 or the Sigma 16-28mm f2.8, which both have more attractive price points. So let me know in the comments on your thoughts. Does this focal length appeal at this price point, and what will you use it for? Getting into the specifications and key features, this lens is built for outstanding image quality while maintaining a compact body. It has a high close-up performance with a minimum focus distance of 18 centimeters at the 16mm end. This will give you some very funky looking close-up shots. The 11 blade circular aperture gives your images a lovely and smooth bokeh effect. But after reviewing the images taken yesterday, they are sharp corner to corner, and that's noticeable straight off the LCD screen. There's no noticeable chromatic aberration, which will be down to the optics within this lens. I did notice some distortion at the 16mm end, but that is to be expected with a wide angle lens, and this can be corrected in post. For AF, it performs incredibly well. It's super fast, even for tracking, and is very quiet. Two linear motors provide a fast, quiet and low vibration focus drive. It has internal focusing, which supports fast autofocus only by moving the middle group of the optics within the lens. The focus tracks at 30 frames per second in continuous shooting in compatible camera bodies, and it also tracks at 4K 120p, again only in compatible bodies. As always, we've done an AF test, and you can see how attentive the AF is on the eyes. This is using the Sony A7C Mark II. As you can see, this lens is incredibly compact and lightweight despite its large aperture, weighing in at 409 grams and is 74.8mm in width and 91.4mm in length. So Sony have achieved this by incorporating their latest optical design and technologies into this lens, which is just incredible. Because it is so small and light, it will be a perfect companion for people who travel, shoot long days, and pretty much for any occasion. It's very similar in size and weight to the new 24-50mm f2.8 G lens, currently priced at $1149. So if you have the new 16-25 and the 24-50, you're covered between the focal lengths of 16-50mm focal range, with two super compact lenses that will need very little adjustment or none at all on a gimbal, so great for video use. Comparing the size and weight to the 16-35 f4 Power Zoom G lens, which is a similar price to this new lens, the 16-35PZ is slightly wider, but it is shorter and lighter than the new 16-25mm lens. There's definitely a decision to be made here. Do you want the more versatile 16-35mm focal length with the added power zoom for video, or do you want the faster f2.8 aperture with a reduced focal range and a slightly smaller form factor? If you're looking for something more affordable and a slightly broader focal range, you might look towards the Tamron 17-28mm or the Sigma 16-28mm f2.8 lenses. You will sacrifice on size and weight with these though, and are they going to match up to the quality of this Sony G glass? Not quite, but if affordability is key, these are certainly worth considering. For video, focus breathing suppression has been considered in the lens design, resulting in minimal focus breathing, but on top of this, it is also compatible with camera bodies featuring breathing compensation. A quick note to users with third-party lenses, breathing compensation on Sony camera bodies is only compatible with native Sony lenses, so you won't get this with a Tamron or Sigma alternative. The lens also supports active mode image stabilization, as do third-party lenses, but Sony say it is less efficient. Whether you'd notice this in real-world use is hard to say. I used it pretty much all day yesterday in Manchester and it was very, very good. So I'm just going to do a quick vlog test. This is with standard IS on at 16mm. And this is 25, so even at 25 you do get quite a lot in the frame, but it's better off at 16. I'm just going to pop on active IS so you can see that crop there. That enables you to get a smoother footage when walking, and that is at 16 and this is 25. As I mentioned, both are similar in size and weight to the 24-50mm f2.8 G lens, so for gimbal purposes, you're sorted for balance. There is a very, very little adjustment needed. The lens is dust and moisture resistant, and it has a fluorine front element coating to prevent fingerprints, dust, water and oil. And that's the new FE 16-25mm f2.8 G lens. It's definitely filling a gap in the Sony lens lineup, but is it a gap that needed to be filled? Let us know what you think in the comments. See, I've really enjoyed using this lens. As I always say, I do find the wider focal ranges harder to work with, as I mainly photograph and video portraiture, but for travel, landscapes, internal work like estate agents, establishing shots, vlogging, and even street photography or documentaries, this is certainly going to be one to consider. So, would you buy one? Remember that you can buy it directly from us online or in one of our Northwest-based stores. There's a link below if you wish to do so. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and as always, we'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching.